Official, João Pedro is a Chelsea player. Arsenal's new star. Manchester United begins talks with Christopher Nkunku. A blockbuster transfer is approaching. All of this and more in today's episode. Official, João Pedro joins Chelsea. Clubs have already agreed on the transfer. Brighton will receive over £50 million and the player himself will sign a contract until 2032. He will undergo his medical in Brazil on Tuesday, after which he will immediately travel to the USA to join the Blues at the Club World Cup. The 23-year-old Brazilian had an excellent season in the Premier League, scoring 10 goals and providing 6 assists. His versatility, the ability to play as a striker, on the wings or as an attacking midfielder, makes him an ideal signing for Enzo Maresca, who is building a new dynamic system at Stamford Bridge. This is the second forward Chelsea has signed this summer after Liam Delap, and it appears the Blues are not stopping. Who's next? Qatar officially bids to host 2029 Club World Cup, posing new challenges for FIFA. During the tournament in the USA, Qatari delegates held informal talks with FIFA, proposing to host the tournament in December 2029. They promise a carbon-neutral format, utilizing the infrastructure from the 2022 World Cup, 9 stadiums, 6 of which are still actively in use. This would avoid chaotic travel, unlike this year's tournament in the USA, where matches were held in 11 cities. However, there are complexities. The summer heat in Qatar would necessitate moving the tournament to winter, which is already drawing opposition from European leagues, particularly the Premier League. Additionally, FIFPro and European leagues have already filed a lawsuit against FIFA due to a lack of consultation regarding the new Club World Cup format, and holding the tournament in Qatar would only escalate the conflict. Qatar has become the 4th contender to host the 2029 Club World Cup, along with the joint bid from Spain and Morocco and Brazil. It is expected that this time, FIFA will conduct an open tender, unlike in 2025, when the tournament was awarded to the USA without a bidding process. This year's Club World Cup doesn't excite me as much as, for example, the World Cup for national teams, or even the Champions League. Friends, what are your thoughts on the Club World Cup? Share your impressions in the comments. Arsenal makes serious move for Christian Mosquera, Valencia's 21-year-old centre-back. According to Fabrizio Romano, the club has reached full agreement with the player on personal terms and is now preparing a new offer that will exceed €20 million. An initial bid of €14 million was rejected, but negotiations are continuing positively. Mosquera is one of Spain's most promising centre-backs, having played 90 matches for Valencia and becoming a key player in La Liga. Arteta sees him as a future partner or backup for Saliba, and also a potential player on the right flank of defense if needed. The deal is expected to be closed in early July, after which Mosquera will become Arsenal's 4th summer signing after Zubimendi, Kepa and Nørgaard. The situation with Victor Gyökeres at Sporting CP is turning into a real drama, and it seems we are witnessing a relationship breakdown live. The Swedish forward categorically refuses to return to the club, feeling betrayed after he claims Sporting violated a verbal agreement for a possible €70 million transfer. He has already personally informed President Frederico Varandas that he no longer intends to play for the club. In response, Varandas publicly stated that the player would not leave for €60 million plus €10 million in bonuses, and that Gyökeres knows the price. This conflict has escalated to such an extent that Gyökeres is considering boycotting pre-season training and is also demanding a personal meeting with the management to discuss unfulfilled promises and the leakage of false information to the media. His agent even threatens to release a recording that confirms the existence of an agreement for a €70 million departure. Against this backdrop, Arsenal, Liverpool and Atlético Madrid have intensified their actions, especially Atlético, who have already made an official inquiry and hope that agent Jorge Mendes will help unblock the situation. This is no longer just a transfer, it's a principled confrontation between the player and the club, and if Sporting does not change its position, Gyökeres could become the first major rebel this summer. Inter officially completes transfer of Bonny from Parma. The agreement is fully finalized, and the medical is scheduled for Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, depending on the finalization of documents. The French forward will sign a contract until 2030, and the transfer fee will be €23 million plus €3 million in bonuses. Bonny will earn about €2 million per year and could join Christian Chivu's team at the Club World Cup if Inter overcomes Fluminense. This is the Nerazzurri's third signing this summer, following Petar Sucic and Luis Enrique. Bonny, whom Chivu knows well from Parma, is expected to become a backup striker behind Lautaro and Thuram, and also compete with the young Francesco Pio Esposito. Manchester United has contacted Christopher Nkunku to discuss a potential transfer to Old Trafford. According to L'Equipe, the club has already held initial talks with the players' representatives, and Nkunku himself is open to the move, especially after a difficult season at Chelsea. The Frenchman played only 910 minutes in the Premier League last season, mostly coming on as a substitute, and lost his status as a key player. Although he scored 14 goals in all competitions, he only scored 3 times in the league, raising questions about his role in Enzo Maresca's system. Chelsea is not rushing to sell yet, but is willing to consider offers around €70 million, or even a loan with an obligatory purchase option. Interestingly, Nkunku previously had a verbal agreement with Bayern, but the deal fell through, and now United appears to be the favourite. In Manchester, they see him as a versatile attacking player who can operate as a number 10, a wide winger, or even a second striker in Ruben Amorim's system. And although the club has already signed Matheus Cunha and is negotiating with Brentford for Mbeumo, Nkunku remains a priority target in case of a sale of Sancho, Rashford or Garnacho. Fenerbahçe is in the final stages of negotiations for the transfer of John Durán. The deal is almost complete, and all parties are confident that the final green light will be received soon. The club has already agreed with Al Nassr on the terms of the transfer, and the player himself has consented to the move. According to Turkish media, Durán will not return to Saudi Arabia, as he considers his history with Al Nassr concluded. He was convinced not only by Jose Mourinho's sporting project, but also by the living conditions in Istanbul. The club even showed him videos of his future accommodation to fully sway him. Durán is expected to arrive in Istanbul in the coming days and may be presented at the launch of Fenerbahçe's new Adidas kit, which is being prepared for early July. This will be the Yellow Canaries' first high-profile signing of the new season. Paris Saint-Germain head coach Luis Enrique spoke about his feelings towards Lionel Messi after meeting him at the Club World Cup. Leo has been at the top for 10 or 15 years now. I don't know exactly how long, but it's impressive. For me, he is the best footballer of all time. I understand that others may have different opinions, but what's most impressive is the duration of this peak. Consistent performances every 3 days at the highest level. It's incredible. What impressed me most was not even the matches, but the training sessions. There were about 200 of them per season, and in each one, Leo showed something incredible. The way he sees the field, controls the ball, makes decisions, that's a level only a few can reach. Working with him was a true privilege, said the PSG coach. Who do you think is the best footballer in the history of football? Matteo Ruggeri's transfer to Atlético Madrid on the home stretch. All documents are already prepared, and the contract signing is scheduled for Tuesday, after which the player will undergo a medical and join Diego Simeone's team at the Club World Cup. The transfer fee will be €17 million plus €3 million in bonuses, which according to sources are easily achievable. The 22-year-old Italian has played 99 matches in Serie A for Atalanta, registered 9 assists, and was an important part of the team that won the Europa League. This transfer is Atletico's response to the failure to sign Robertson. Ruggeri is expected to become the main left-back in the new season, and the club sees him as a long-term replacement for Renildo and Lino. Tammy Abraham is moving to Beşiktaş in a crucial financial operation for Roma. The 27-year-old Englishman, who spent last season on loan at AC Milan, is not in the plans of Giallorossi new coach Gianpiero Gasperini. So when Beşiktaş offered €20 million, Roma agreed without hesitation. This was precisely the amount the club needed to avoid sanctions for financial fair play. Abraham has already agreed to a contract until 2029, with a salary of about €5 million per season, and his presentation is expected in the coming days. In Turkey, he will become part of a new project under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who sees him as the main striker after Ciro Immobile's departure. This transfer is not only a new start for Tammy, but also a financial relief for Roma. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action and have a wonderful day.